Hello world, and thanks for stopping by to watch this video. In this video, I'm going to show you how to add video playlist to your StreamLabs OBS scenes using the VLC plugin. So let's get started. First, you're going to want to open up a web browser, and we're going to navigate to videolan.org. Once that videolan.org website launches or starts up, go ahead and go towards the top where it says VLC, highlight it or hover over it, and then a drop-down menu will appear, and in that drop-down menu, go ahead and select Download. On the download page, you will see a download button, and then off to the right of that download button, you'll see a button or a drop-down menu button. Go ahead and click that guy, and here you will see a Windows 64-bit, and that's what we want. We want the 64-bit version of the installer. So let's go ahead and click that guy. Should get a little message here that tells you the version that you're installing or downloading, and then also saying thanks for the download, and it'll start in a few seconds. Once that download has finished, go ahead and start it up. And go ahead and say yes to any of your user account control windows that pop up for this installer. On the first window that appears for the installer, go ahead and click yes or change your language if your default language is not English. On the next window, go ahead and click next. And then on the agreement window, go ahead and read through that agreement to make sure that you are obliging to what they're saying. And then go ahead and click next. On the next screen, which is the media player setup screen, is where you can make some changes to the default settings. For an example, you can have it so that there is a start menu shortcut and a desktop shortcut. I like to make sure that that's unchecked because I don't really care for having a lot of shortcuts on my desktop. You can also change if the player can interact with your web browsers like Mozilla and ActiveX. But the one that people like to change a lot or more often than not is the file type association. If you don't want to have VLC as your default media player, you want to make sure that you uncheck these boxes here. But myself, I like VLC as my media player, so I'm going to go ahead and make sure these guys stay checked. And then besides that, you can make some other changes. And then once you're done making your changes to your default settings, go ahead and click the next button. And then here is where you can change where the application is going to be installed at. I like to keep it as the default, so that way any other applications know where to look for it. So I'm just going to leave this guy right where it's at and click the install button. Once the installation is complete, you can go ahead and uncheck the Run VLC Media Player. That's not really required. And then go ahead and click the Finish button. Now that we have VLC installed, the next thing to do is we need to create a directory to store our video files in. So where I like to put mine is under the videos directory under my profile. So that's where I'm going to do it. I already have that done, but just for the purpose of this video or this how-to, I'm going to create a new folder in here or directory, and I'm going to call it Clips. You can name it whatever you want, and you can also have this created anywhere you like. It doesn't really have to be in this video directory. That's just where I like to put mine. And then once you get this directory created, go ahead and throw in your files that you want to be playing on your StreamLabs scene. So I'm going to move these guys over here. And then once that's done, go ahead and start up your StreamLabs OBS application. Once your application has started up, StreamLabs OBS, Slobs, has started up, go ahead and go to the scene that you want to add the video playlist to. I've got this test scene here that I'm going to use. And then under the source, click the plus button to add a new source. And you should now have a VLC source as an option. Go ahead and select that guy and click the add button. I've already got this set up on mine. But if you do not, you should automatically go to this screen here, which allows you to name the source. So you can name this whatever you like. I usually call it the Stream Clips. I believe is what I have mine named as. You can name yours whatever you want. I'm just going to say this is test clips for the sake of this video. And then go ahead and click the add button after you're done. Now here is where you can make some more changes. This is the settings page for this source. So if you want the videos to continue playing after the list has reached the end, you want to make sure you have a checkbox next to this loop playlist. If you want the videos to play in a random order, click the shuffle button. Another option you can change here is visibility behavior. So what's going to happen when this source is visible? Do you want it to stop when not visible and restart when visible, pause when not visible, or unpause when visible, and always play even when not visible? What I like to do is I like to have pause when not visible and unpause when visible. That way, whenever I switch scenes and I go back to the scene that's holding this source, it'll leave off where it left off at. The next thing is to actually create the playlist now. And so to do that, you have this playlist section here and click the plus button. You can either do it by adding the files individually or add the directory. I personally like the directory option because this allows me to add more files to the playlist without actually having to come in here and change this source. So that's what I'm going to do here is I'm going to select the add directory option. And then I'm going to navigate to where I created that folder earlier in the video, which was called clips. I'm not going to open it, I'm just going to select it, and then come down here and click the select folder button. And that is it. I now have videos playing on my source here. And that's it. That's all you need to do to add video playlists to your StreamLabs OBS scenes. If you found this video helpful, please click that thumbs up button. If you want to see this video playlist in action, or join in my stream shenanigans, please stop by my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/thegigon. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.